Today I propose you to work with children. The International Women's Day is coming, and I believe that every child and every teacher who works with children thinks of how to make a gift for moms, grannies, teachers, and other female friends and family members. Today I propose you to teach your children how to make a daisy bouquet. This will include the very flowers children can make and a vase. The vase is very creative and artistic looking and very practical. You can put a jar inside. A jar can be taken out and washed any moment you want. Beside paper flowers you can put natural wildflowers into it, so the vase is multi-purpose. In addition, the vase looks very creative. As you will see today, we can shape it any way you like, thanks to the technique you're already familiar with. We will need our standard set of tools: scissors, ruler, glue, tubes, and clothes clips. Let's make the flowers of notebook leaves. I'll explain you why. We are going to work with school glue a lot today. This type of glue makes our newspaper leaves soft too fast. So I have faced some troubles while making flowers of newspaper tubes, especially the very centers and sepals, lower parts of flowers. That's why I prefer working with notebook leaves. I believe any schoolgirl or schoolboy has some extra notebook leaves to roll a few tubes. So, the tube is rolled up over notebook leaf. We soften it before starting to work very thoroughly. It is very important in order to avoid creases, to make the petals smooth. So we soften the tube and cut it into two halves. Let's glue one of the end to prevent the tube from unrolling. So, we've got semi-finished pieces. Now let's make a petal. I propose you making double petals at once. 3 double petals like this and the daisy is ready. Watch the process attentively. 1, 2, turn. 1, 2. The petal is ready. Try making the petals smooth and equal. Smoothen them before they get glued. Drop some glue from one side and from the opposite side. Press with the help of the clothes clip and leave in some warm place, for example next to the radiator. Let's have a look at what daughter's got. Well, that's okay. Soften thoroughly and try again. Turn. Turn this way, clockwise, and continue. Look attentively once again. We have to curve the petals in the same direction. You see, like this. Turn and join like this. After we have made half-finished petals, we leave them for a while to dry and get stuck. It's better to place them somewhere next to the radiator or in some other warm place. So far we are going to make the centers and sepals of our daisies. We use yellow tubes for flower centers and green ones for sepals. We cut the tubes into pieces of about 12 centimeters long, about 5 inches, and roll the so-called pancakes. Do it neatly and carefully. Cover the tube with glue while rolling the flower center. If here you've got a thinner end of the tube, you don't need any extra actions. Just cover it with glue and fix with a closest clip. But if here is a thicker end of the tube, you'd better cut the extra tip. Cut it with scissors. If you roll softened and most in tubes, your centers will look neat. So roll the pancake and we get a thin end that is sure to finish the pancake in a neat way. Fix with clothing clips as well and leave them for a while too. This way we've prepared semi-finished centers. As for semi-finished sepals, I make them in a bit different way. I make use of remainders of tubes left. We cut the tubes into 12 cm long pieces as well, but are going to roll them a bit differently. Why? Because we are going to insert a stem into a sepal afterwards, so we need a hole inside of a circle. So I take a tube that is supposed to be a future stem and roll a cake around it. So here you start covering a tube with glue and continue rolling. Here I have a thinner end of a tube, so I don't cut anything, just cover it with glue and press. You can take a stem out so far in order to fix a cake with a closest clip. So this way we prepare half-finished parts of a flower. Here the tube has unrolled a little. Press it. So here are semi-finished products. They have dried a little. We've prepared them beforehand to avoid any breaks in our production. Now the next stage. We take the half-finished petals and try them to each other first. 1, 2. Our daisy is going to look like this. We have tried the petals to each other, drop some glue, Now drop some glue onto the center and place it onto the petals. Here we've got a daisy. We insert the stem into the sepal, insert the stem, cover with glue very thoroughly, stick the parts together and fix with 2 clothespins. Fix from both sides. That's all, the daisy is semi-finished. For the flower to stand steadily in a glass, because we work with children, I deliberately avoid any rigid materials like wire, but we need a rigid stem anyway. We know that our vase will not be high. I use jars from infant food as a base of the vase, so the stem doesn't have to be high either. Let it be 16–17 centimeters. What do we do next? Here our stem is double, and here we can make it triple in the upper part. What about leaves? A good question. We haven't made any leaves yet. So let's make them. We cut a green tube into pieces 5–6 centimeters long. Shape a leaf. Give it here, drop some glue. Press. So, now cover the stem with glue. From one side and from the opposite side, where we are going to attach it. And fix with a closest clip here. The upper part is ready. Now let's attach the leaves. In order to make them neat, we place the leaves inside the double stem. One leaf, and fix it with a closing clip. And the second leaf. Drop glue onto the leaf from both sides. It has to get attached to the stem tightly enough. Somewhere around here we make another leaf and fix it with a clothespin. So we have put the leaves made of remainders of tubes into the middle of the double stem. That's all, the daisy is ready. We only have to wait till it dries and gets stuck, and we can put it into a vase. You can make daisies, white with yellow centers, flowers of some other colors, 6, 7, 3-petal ones, etc. You can fancy on any flowers you like on this spring holiday.